Hey guys, so for today I'm going to be showing you my updated Flawless Face Long Lasting Foundation Routine. This is the foundation routine that I do when I want to be like full on glam, long lasting, full flawless face. So this is definitely not going to be a natural foundation routine. If you guys want to see like a natural foundation routine, I have one of those as well that I do on days where I kind of just want to be a little bit more natural. So let me know and I will do one of those for you as well. Now really quickly, I just want to mention my necklace. I know in a lot of my videos you guys always ask me where my necklaces are. I just want to quickly point out that I will be leaving what I'm wearing kind of blurbs down in the description box. If you follow me on Instagram, then you would see that I posted a picture of this exact necklace. This is from Princess P Jewelry. Absolutely love this. It's called the Rich Girl Necklace. But anyways, onto the video. I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I always do is moisturize. It's the #1 most important thing to do. Whether you have I don't care if you have oil dripping down your face, you have to moisturize. I honestly have a lot of tips on how to manage oily skin, so if you guys really want to see a video on that, then please like this video and I will for sure do that, because honestly I have a lot of tips for girls who have oily skin, because I'm just going to stop it there. I just have a lot of tips. Okay, so #1 thing always to moisturize. So I use my Simple Sensitive Skin Hydrating Light Moisturizer. Absolutely love this. That's all I'm going to say. If I do another video on like, you know, oily skin tips, then I'll talk way more about this. Absolutely love this. So I use that. Let me just point out that I don't always prime my face before foundation. I know a lot of people have things to say about that, but to me I think sometimes primer isn't really needed, but sometimes I like it just because I want a really smooth face before I kind of put on my foundation. But when I do want to wear primer, I either use my Benefit Professional Sample. I really love this stuff. I don't even have big pores, or noticeable pores, sorry. So I don't really use it for that. I use this more just because it feels so great on the skin, and I find that it actually does help my makeup last a little bit longer. So if I am kind of feeling it that day, I throw on this primer. But I also really love my Hard Candy Sheer Envy Primer. This has been like a #1 favorite for me since day one. Love this. It's really light, and it's just gives me a really nice smooth base to work with. So today I'm just going to throw on Benefit Professional. I'm just going to put a little bit of that on. I'm just going to pull my hair back, though because I do have oily skin. I like to put on only a little bit of primer just because I feel like it can make my face a little greasy sometimes, or at least feel a little greasy. So I just like to put a little bit of primer. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I do have a little bit of redness. I have a little blemish over there, blemish over here, and I usually have a lot of redness over my cheeks. Today my redness is actually pretty tame, but for like usual I do have a lot of redness on my cheeks, so I do like a full coverage foundation. So the foundation that I'm going to be using to get a super full coverage long lasting face is my Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation in the color Light 46. I honestly think that this is a really great dupe for it. The only difference in these two that kind of might not make it a dupe is the fact that this doesn't last as long as this does, but if you put a really great setting powder or a good setting spray on this, it'll last as long as this one does. So this is like $6 to $10 and this is like $41. So really this is amazing as well, and if you guys watch my videos you know that I use this all the time, but today I don't know, for some reason I just really feel like my Kat Von D one. So I like to take 2.5 pumps of this. That may seem like a lot to some people, but for some reason mine doesn't pump out nearly as much as it did when I first started using it. I'm just gonna put some all over my face. When I first started using this foundation, 1 pump was a lot, but all of a sudden now when I pump one, it kind of doesn't pump as much. So I just like to evenly distribute it around my face just so that I know I have an even amount of product on my face. So the brush that I'm going to be using to apply my foundation is my Holy Grail Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki. I have been using this for about maybe a year now, and I absolutely love it. There's a lot of hype around this product, and I'm just going to say one thing. It's hyped up for a reason, because it works amazing and it's super easy to use. You just plop it all over your face and it really gives you this full coverage, flawless, blended foundation look. Absolutely love this. I will have a link and a coupon code for 10% off if you guys are interested. What I'm going to first do is just basically the way I'm going to be applying this with this brush is stippling like this. So I'm just going to start on one end of my face and start stippling all over. I like to start in one end. I don't like to just move all over the place. I like to start and finish in one end because then I know that my foundation is blended. Also, just make sure that you get your jawline, because that is the most forgotten part when people apply their foundation. So I always just make sure I go on my jawline and just a little bit up to my ears. And I like to stipple the leftover foundation on my neck. especially with a really full coverage foundation, you want to make sure you get your neck. So now that we have a flawless foundation application, these two absolutely make my face flawless. The next thing that I'm going to do is do my concealer. I like to use my MAC Prolongwear concealer just because it is super full coverage, brightening, and it also creases the least out of all my concealers. A really great alternative is the Hard Candy Glamoflauge concealer. This one does crease a lot more, but if you just set it with a really great powder and kind of smooth it out, it won't really crease that much afterwards. So I'm actually just going to use my MAC one for today just because I love it and I feel like it for today, and I can. So I'm going to just take one pump, or kind of half a pump, because one pump is a lot, so I'm just going to slowly do half a pump. And I put it on my finger, share it with my other finger, and then I do 1, 2, 1, 2. And then I kind of just take whatever's left over and I just run it along my nose and then my forehead and whatever kind of is left over. So blending out what I put over here, I'm going to take that same foundation brush and blend it out. And then to blend out my concealer, I'm going to use my holy freaking grail concealer brush. This is the Jessup. These are Sigma dupe brushes. I did do a review video on these. This is the Jessup brush, and it's just the tapered one. If you prefer Sigma brushes, Sigma actually has one exactly like this. It's called the F86. I will leave a link as well as a coupon code to that one down below as well. And I will leave a link to this one as well. I'll leave a link to everything that I use down below. So I'm just going to go ahead and start blending it out. I usually start at the bottom, and then I kind of just go in that inner corner. And I really get in there because there's darkness a lot of times in there, so I really get in that area. And then I just start blending it out in tapping motions, taking it all up to my temple. And you can always take whatever's left over on the brush and kind of do more on the T-zone. So because this foundation is already super full coverage, I don't want to look caked up at all. So when I am putting on my powder, I'm just going to be super careful. So the powder that I'm going to be using is going to be a translucent powder just because I don't really want any more coverage because my face is already full coverage. So I'm going to use my MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Setting Powder. I also really do recommend Stay Matte translucent powder, and I honestly, guys, live for this stuff. I really do. It really helps my makeup last as long as it does when I use this. So I feel like this is a great dupe for this as well. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and use the MAC one for today. I don't know why, I'm feeling kind of high end today, sorry. You guys know me though. I use my drugstore products all the time, and when I recommend them to you guys, I really mean it when I tell you guys they're dupes, and you guys know. But I don't know, today for some reason I'm feeling a little high end, feeling a little bougie. So I'm just going to go ahead with my Sigma large fluffy powder brush. This is the large powder F20 brush. I will leave a direct link to that one as well down below, and this one just really helps kind of fluff the product all around. So I'm just going to take a little bit on my brush and just lightly, I'm going to do this in tap and patting motion, sorry, not rubbing it around, because rubbing it around will kind of move my foundation. Tapping it will kind of press the powder into it. So just really quickly and very lightly. Don't forget to set your neck as well. And then I'm actually going to switch brushes. This is my Sigma Small Contour F05 brush. I'm going to take this one and use this as my setting brush. I'm going to take a good amount of translucent powder and set my under eye concealer so that I don't have any creasing. And I also like to take it with a smaller brush just to concentrate the product on the areas that I get most oily, because this really helps my makeup last all day. So I'm going to put a little bit on my forehead and especially on my nose, because my nose gets super oily. And just basically my T-zone, I like to kind of concentrate the product a little more, and then everywhere else I just use a big fluffy brush and kind of put a little bit of product. This helps my face look full coverage, last all day without being cakey. So now onto my bronzing, contouring, blush, and highlight. For my bronzing, I'm going to use my NYC Sunny Bronzer, and I really love this one. It's not too pigmented, so it just distributes enough product on my face. I'm going to use my Sigma large powder F30 brush to apply this, and I will leave a link down below to this one as well. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that on and kind of just roughly bronze underneath my cheekbones just to define them. So because I have a round face, when I am bronzing my face, I like to concentrate the powder on the outer edges of my face, because this will help my face be elongated a little bit more. And then I'm just going to take a tiny bit and run it along my jawline. I like to just take a little bit. For some reason I don't like to put a lot on my jawline. And then to contour, I like to take my Holy Grail NYX bronzer, and this is the matte bronzer in the color Deep. This is the most gorgeous color, guys. It's amazing. I like to go ahead and take this RC Cosmetics brush to contour. It's the most perfect shape. I just like to take a little bit of product, just a tiny bit, because this powder is super pigmented, and I just like to do a more sharp line. Then I turn it sideways and kind of slowly buff it out. There's always comments down below in the comment boxes about my contour face. Some of you guys love it, some of you guys think it's weird, and some of you guys hate it. But I can't help it, that's my contour face. And then if I feel like it, sometimes I just take whatever dark powder is left over on this and kind of bronze up that temple just a little bit more. Because like I said, I do have a round face and I like to kind of elongate it a little bit more. So this helps to do that. So for blush, I'm going to use my LA Colors Mineral Blush in the color Tickled Pink. And I really love this one. It's such great quality, yet it's so affordable. And it's really, really, really low in price. So I really love this because it's super pigmented, blends out really well. I'm just going to take this Real Technique dupe brushes. This is called Beauty Muse. I found this at Winners. So Winners here in Canada is like TJ Maxx in the US. So you can find it anywhere in those kind of stores. Just take a little bit on because like I said, it's super pigmented and I don't like a lot of blush. So I'm just going to take a little bit and put it right on top of my bronzer. So for my highlight, I love to use my Holy Grail Mary-loumanizer from the Balm. Absolutely love this. These are always on sale. They always do their 50% off flash sales. I got this for half the price. I think it's like 30 bucks or something. I got it for like 15. And you can also get it for like 10 bucks sometimes on Hot Look or Holt Look, whatever it's called, whenever they go on sale there as well. To apply my highlighter, I like to use my Sigma F35 tapered face brush. It's just the perfect shape for you to kind of dust on that highlighter, so I absolutely love this. I will leave a link down below for this as well. Take a little bit of product because this is super pigmented, and if I want more I can always build it up. And just dust it. Depending on how dewy I'm feeling that day, I might put more on than I will in another day. Okay, so I actually just went ahead and did my brows. I do have a separate brow tutorial. I will leave that down below, as well as any other related videos that I have to this video. So make sure to check the description box before if you have any questions or anything. And of course, I'll leave the products I use down below. So when my full face is completed, like the face makeup and the brows, I actually go ahead and set it with a setting mist. I like to use my Kat Von D Lock and Load setting mist. I have it in this little disposable one, this little disposable spray tube here, because mine actually broke when it was coming in the mail. So I just like to take this and spray it all over my face. I'm just going to cover my necklace because I don't want any of the product spray to go on it. I'm just like weird like that. I feel like it might tarnish my necklace, so I'm just going to go ahead and spray this all over. I usually do about 2 sprays. And this just helps lift up your face, make your face feel a little more hydrated and light after the makeup that you put on. It doesn't feel cakey, but sometimes when you have makeup on, you know you can kind of feel it a little bit. So you just want something to kind of lift you back up and hydrate you again. And this really does that, or any setting mist really does that. What this mainly helps with though is help my makeup stay on all day. So I absolutely love the Kat Von D Lock and Load Makeup Setting Mist. But yeah, this is pretty much it for my foundation routine. And please don't forget to like, thumbs up this video if you want a video on tips for oily skin and how to manage it and everything like that. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next video, of course. Bye. Mwah.